Alright, so in this video I'm going to be giving you guys some tips and tricks on how to improve your headshot accuracy in Arsenal. Now these are things that I have done that have helped me over time get better at hitting headshots in Arsenal and some other FPS games. Now I have done some tutorials in the past. I've done a noob to pro guide, which if you're very new to Arsenal, I recommend checking this video out because all the information in this video is still very current and will help you if you're a new player to the game. I've also done some other tutorials in the past on how to improve your general aim, and in these videos I talked about aim trainers and things like that that will kind of help you just improve your overall aim in Arsenal and also just FPS games in general. The other video I did was like how to become a pro in Arsenal in one simple step. In this video I just talked about the ROBLOX FPS unlocker, which I recommend to use if you play Arsenal or other ROBLOX FPS games because higher frames helps you win the games. And, you know, it just helps smooth out your aim a little bit, I think. With that being said, again, in this video, we're going to be talking about how to improve your headshot accuracy, though. So if this video does help, make sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe, especially if you're one of these people that haven't done so already. Helps me out, and we're trying to hit 500k subs. Alright, so first things first, and that is setting up your FOV and also getting a good sensitivity and a good mouse DPI for your FOV. Now, slower sensitivity definitely helps a lot with hitting headshots, but before you even get into the sensitivity, get comfortable with a good FOV. Now, getting a good FOV for me took a while, but eventually I got used to using 90, and this was the FOV that was most comfortable for me. So once you find that right FOV for you, then start messing with your mouse sensitivity and your DPI. Again, you want to go for something that's slower because whenever I used to use super high mouse DPI and super high sensitivity, it was just hard to control and it just really messed up my headshot accuracy. I could easily get body shots and like flick over to people, but not being able to hit headshots was a big minus because people would hit the headshots on me before I could hit them and I would always get killed. So get a slower mouse DPI because this will definitely help you with controlling and this will help make sure you can actually nail those headshots. So slower DPI is the biggest tip here. The next thing is change your crosshair color because I used to use the default Arsenal crosshair color for the longest time, but I found with time, you know, changing the crosshair color to something that was brighter, my brain and my eyes were able to recognize this more easily, and with that I was able to hit my shots a lot better. So if you're comfortable with the default crosshair color on Arsenal, then keep it. But if you have a hard time seeing it and it's just dull or whatever, you can go in the settings and change it. And this will definitely help. At least it helped for me being able to see the crosshair much more easily and being able to nail my shots much better. Now for some bonus points, you can also turn on auto reload. If you have auto reload on, the game will just reload for you. You don't have to press the reload button, which for me, I think this is a great thing to do because that's one less thing your brain has to think about doing and you could just focus on aiming. Alright, so a very key thing too in getting better at headshots is learning the spawns on the map and predicting how they'll change. For example, here is an overlay at beach. Usually the first two spawns on the map and the two main spawns are in this back corner in the docks. Now, if you spawn on the docks, I recommend going through the sandcastle and then getting a shot on this doorway right here. Usually people always run out this doorway, and if you have your crosshair aligned, you could start nailing some headshots and you can already get a good jump start in that match. Now, if you spawn in the little tunnel area, I recommend going out the door, taking the stairs, and then going behind this billboard because people that are still coming out of the dock, some of them will be in the water. And right here, you have kind of a height advantage and you have cover. And this is also a really good spot to start nailing headshots. Map and game knowledge actually really does go with your aiming. If you can learn, you know, where the spawns are and how they're going to change in a match, then you can always know where to keep your crosshair at all times and get ready to hit some headshots. So make sure you learn maps and spawns. This also kind of goes with the next thing I was going to talk about, and that's if you learn these spawns, you should also try to learn like character sizes. Once you kind of learn like the general size of ROBLOX characters, it's pretty easy to remember where to keep your crosshair at all times and where to keep it at a good level so you can hit those headshots. If you always have your crosshair kind of at the same spot on your screen, which is near their head, then you'll always be able to hit headshots. And this is something that kind of comes over time. You'll strengthen your brain over time on where to keep your crosshair at all times, and once you kind of get this knowledge and once your brain kind of gets used to this, then your crosshair will always be aligned and ready to hit some headshots. So the next thing is you want to learn how to tap fire with weapons that have spread, especially the weapons that have insane spread. Tap firing is very important because the less spread that your crosshair is currently displaying, then the more accurate your shots are going to be. So here's a little clip here of me using a rifle, and as you can see, if I spam click, the rifle just starts going upwards, the bullets are going everywhere. It's just having that spread like crazy. So if you tap fire, your accuracy is going to be more on point, and since Arsenal is pretty point and click, As long as you tap fire, as long as your crosshair is not spread at all, usually if you just aim for their head and get that first tap on them, then that'll be an instant headshot. So learning the spread is very important, and tap firing helps a lot, especially like with weapons like the G18 and in long range fights. If you tap fire, you'll be able to hit those headshots a lot more frequently, but if you just sit there and spray, then you're going to run out of ammo and you're also not going to be able to hit any shots. So tap fire, if you mess up, let the crosshair readjust itself back to normal and then start trying again with your tap firing. You definitely want to have no spread on your crosshair because this will give you that first shot accuracy and this will get you an instant headshot on people. Now again, I mentioned this in previous videos and I'll mention it again in this video, but if you want to go above and beyond, you can start practicing with some aim trainers. Aim Stars is a great one that's on Roblox. It does cost some Robux, I'm pretty sure at the moment, but it has a bunch of different scenarios that you can try and practice with, and this will help you with overall aim, and it'll help you with practicing your tracking, your accuracy, and your speed, and all these things help with your general aim and also just with headshots, because speed is a very key thing. You can get nice flicks on people and you can keep getting headshots. Accuracy, of course, you need that to actually hit the headshots. And tracking is very important because I really struggle with tracking still. And tracking, if you can get that nailed down, then when you see someone who's like spamming A and D or like spamming WASD and just moving around constantly, you'll be able to track where they're going to move and you'll be able to get those headshots still on them, or just, you know, be able to hit your shots. But these are some tips, and headshots are just very important to get overall, because if you get headshots, those are insta kills, and if you get insta kills, then teammates won't be able to get assists from you, and it's going to increase the gap like this for you. And an increased gap between you and the player underneath you actually means a lot. The larger gap will help you have a higher chance to win, especially once you get to the knife kill. If it's standard or whatever, you'll have a lot of time to be able to get that knife kill. And again, headshots are just insta kills, so this will give you faster weapon ups, and this over time will help you be able to win matches a lot faster. So headshots are very important, so this is why you want to strengthen your brain and your accuracy to be able to actually nail headshots. And again, everything gets easier with time, and your brain will get stronger and learn patterns and things. You won't realize it, but it will start happening the more you play games and the more you kind of practice your aim and your tracking and all that stuff. So just give it time. You might not be a professional after hearing all these tips right away, but at least over time your brain will start getting stronger and it'll start predicting these things and knowing what to do in different situations and scenarios. So again, get comfortable with your FOV and your sensitivity, change your crosshair color, and turn on auto reload for bonus points. And also learn spawns and character sizes. Remember to tap fire with weapons with insane spread. And if you want to go further than all this, then use some aim trainers like Aim Stars. So I hope this video kind of helped you guys on improving your headshot accuracy in Arsenal and other FPS games. If it did, again, make sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe for some more videos like this. And I'll see you guys in the next video. So goodbye.